Mike Fisher of DallasBasketball.com with Jason Terry, the Jet. Young man, how are you? Welcome back to the big city after a trip to China.
Yeah.
It was interesting to watch you in China because, first of all, you probably should explain why you and other NBA players were there.
Well, basically, we did what you call Basketball Without Borders, a program that's been running for about 7 years now in the NBA, where some of us go abroad and try to broaden the scope of foreign countries, helping out foreign relations and introducing them to the game that we call basketball. And of course, they're fans over there. China's one of the biggest markets for us. Over billions of people over there in China. They just love our great game. Obviously because of Yao Ming, what he's done in our league. But basketball, we got a lot of.
And don't forget Wang Zhizhu.
Wang Zhizhu. He was a Dallas Maverick once upon a time. But no, we were over there. We ran a basketball camp for the top 50 Eastern Asian kids. These guys are kids from all over Turkey, China, Japan. All over parts of Eastern Asia, and it was a great game. I had a couple coaches and NBA guys over there helping.
Yeah, now different guys had different agendas. It looked like Ron Artest went over there to also get his record deal going and find a singer, and you were over there with your family, and it was lovely going across the Great Wall, which is impressive. Yeah. The bobsled thing, you made it a family experience, which was kind of neat.
Yeah, for me, my daughter's 11, going on 12, and very, very blessed and fortunate to be able to take her on this trip and give her an opportunity to see something that she would never see. She learned about it in school, and now she goes over there firsthand, climbing the Great Wall, sliding down, bobsledding. So it was fun.
Speaking of kids, this is, as we can see here, this is a wonderful deal where, and I'll just tell this story because this isn't on camera. As I'm walking up here today, there's a lot of guys that are running their camps in football, baseball, whatever, and they mostly just slap their name on it. You know what I mean? Here comes a kid and he somehow hurt his arm. And Jason Terry, and nobody's looking at him. Nobody knows that anybody can see you doing this. He's saying, hey, we got to get this guy some ice. So you're hands-on here with all these kids, trying to show them basketball and then teach them some things about beyond basketball too.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, for me, I'm a kid at heart. And when I went to these camps growing up, I see the guys, they would come in, sign autographs, and then they kind of disappear. Well, I said once I did a camp, I wanted to be there every day. Every minute of the day, these kids pay a lot of money to come and to be around me, one, and then to learn the fundamental skills about the game of basketball, two. And so I want to do that for them and make it fun. And hey, they're enjoying it, and I'm enjoying it.
Now, who's picking your wardrobe?
Oh, man.
I don't know if we can get it.
See this? Let me tell you something. I told my campers, I said, I'm going to come every day with a different pair of shorts from around the league. And so what I've done this season is went around, I collected every pair of game shorts I could. And these are the Oklahoma City Thunder. Yesterday I had on the Chicago Bulls. Tomorrow, who named it? You'll never know. But what I do is I do a contest. I let the kids guess what shorts I'm going to bring.
There you go.
When I show up, the kid, they got the answer right, gives you a pair.
And as Jason Terry fans know, you're kind of a superstitious guy with the socks and the shorts and the sleeping in the uniform, although you don't do that anymore.
No way.
You're a married man now. You can't sleep.
My wife doesn't like it. She preferred for me not to do it, but I still sleep in the opposing game shorts the night before.
Let's get to basketball. Jason Terry with us here. Your identity as a sixth man versus, boy, everybody wants to start. How do you wrestle with that, and how do you win the wrestling match?
Well, my thing is, I like what I did in college. I came off the bench. I could have been a starter. Coach said, you want to come off the bench? Hey, why not? And I sacrificed, and it turned into a national championship. So I want the same thing to happen right here in Dallas. I'll come back this year again. My goal in mind, one, is to win the championship. Two, back-to-back sixth man of the year. I don't know if that's ever been done in the history of the league, but I want to be the first one.
A lot of times it's not done because the guy makes the leap to sixth man and then makes a leap above that, so he's no longer eligible in some sense. But the feeling here is Josh Howard's going to be the two.
Yep.
You're going to be the sixth man. And we asked this question of Jason Kidd yesterday at your camp. If Jason Kidd's the point guard and you've got Shawn Marion or you or Josh Howard on the wings, is it all kind of interchangeable? In other words, Josh Howard's challenge as a two might be different than it might be on other teams because he's not going to be asked to do two kind of things the way you do.
Yeah, I mean, it's a double-edged sword. But what we like about it is it gives us a lot of options. You got Shawn Marion running the lane, filling the lane. You know what he's doing. He's going to catch the alley-oop and dunk it. Now, Josh, he can take the three or he can slash to the basket. Me, I'm going to hit the three first, and then I'll slash to the basket. So, as a point guard, you you gotta love those options. Don't forget, you got the best big man in the game at 7 feet that can shoot, and he's gonna be trailing the play. So you got tons of options, and the best point guard in the world to make the decision.
At the end of last season, when you did your wrap-up with the media, I thought it was really interesting, because Mavericks fans and media, we're all saying, okay, well, here's what the Mavericks need. They need a blank, or they need this and this. And you sat there very patiently, like you're doing right now, answering questions, and said, well, you know, we really could use some outside shooting, and we could use some physical play inside, and we could need kind of an enforcer. By the time you were done, you had like 20 needs.
That's what happens when you don't win the championship. You need a little bit of everything.
How many of those things do you think were fulfilled? My view, and I've written this on DallasBasketball.com, that Shawn Marion, one guy, kind of fills 2 or 3 needs in a way.
He definitely did. Let me tell you about Shawn Marion. 1, he's an all-star, proven big game player. 2, he can defend 4 positions, which is very key for us, something we hadn't had probably since the year we went to the finals. So right away, he fills 3 needs: defense, slashing, rebounding, and the intangible, which is winning. And so you get him. Then you bring in Drew Gooden, which is another guy that can score inside and out. So that kind of does it for us. Now we're looking for an inside defender, a guy that's probably 7 feet or maybe 6'10", that can cover 7 feet of the court.
And if he can knock people on their butt.
Oh, man, please, we're going to knock some people around this year. Believe what I tell you. This is our year. I mean, I like our team, the way we put this thing together. We're still 1, maybe 1.5, 2 pieces away. I think we're a good team.
And then one more mention, let's talk about Jason Terry's foundation, which obviously is a part of all the things we're doing here.
Yeah, well, I don't like to take all the credit. My sister, who's over here working at the desk with Sean Horn, she heads up the foundation. She puts together all our events, our galas, our fundraisers. What we try to do every year is send 10 kids to college, full scholarship for their first year of college, high school seniors. You know, they write an essay, we evaluate, and then we give out the funds. This camp helps fund that initiative. And so, you know, all these kids here today, hey, one day maybe they'll be one of the kids that receives one of those scholarships. So, hey, we're just in the community doing what we need to do to give our support.
Good work, my man. Thanks for DallasBasketball.com. I'm Mike Fisher. This is Jason Terry. Looking good, except for one problem.
Hope I'm not going there anytime soon.